Why do we say create a life worth living? Because a lot of you say you feel like you're just existing or worse. And I get that all day long. I've been there. I'm almost 55, but I remember one of my bottoms at like 38, feeling like I wouldn't make it to 40. And so here's the thing. When it's been said that when more of the people are going in a certain direction, you probably want to go the opposite way. And that is not, that is so true in the fibro world. There's nothing truer, because so many people are going in the wrong direction, creating more bad side effects, aligning, commiserating over here. It's not the way to go. Like, we can truly create a life worth living. And why do we call this a movement? Because when people create movements, when they feel like when they're so passionate about what they do, what they stand for, they see things in the world that just don't make sense, right? So you create a movement. And like, even though a lot of people are going over here, like we're standing over here going, you know what? I will stand alone and create a new tribe all day long rather than go that way. That's what creating a movement is, because your belief is so strong in what you do. Your identity is so strong. I always say, don't be the status quo with fibro. That's going in that direction that doesn't work, that causes more suffering. Don't be the status quo with fibro. Be more unpredictable than the illness. People always want to share those graphics that say it's so unpredictable, I can't plan my life or my day. No, you can become more unpredictable. What if it started paying you instead of you being worried about paying for everything when you feel good? So I'm going to pay for something the next day. No. Like, we've been proving that wrong for years. It's just, as a practitioner and trainer specializing in fibro, said living with symptoms since the age of 9. I just believe so strongly in our approach, because if it didn't work, I wouldn't be. I'm just one of those people, like, I don't want to do something that's not working, that's wasting my time. Like, when we created our course, everything that we created specifically for the course. You know, our students went through the course in the January. I went through it. I go through it again, right? I go revisit things, because I live with this thing that you live with, and I want to create that life worth living. I don't like waking up in the morning with dread. I know what that's like, right? Every day is not perfect. This isn't a false cure, but when we can create that better quality of life, or we can wake up and feel like, you know, we're not just over here trying to get out of pain all the time and coming to what I call the gap, and you're vacillating back and forth. The gap is where there's overthinking, high adrenaline, high inflammatory response, fear of paying for it, all that. So you're always vacillating back and forth. You never get to where you're going. It's like an awful place to be. It's that feeling of waking up with dread and overthinking, pain, symptoms are high. If you're like me, chronic fatigue, immune deficiency, when those symptoms sometimes can be worse with the fibro, right? So if you just don't want to be the status quo with fibro and you want to go in a different direction, I'm glad you're here. Whether you've been here following on the pages for 12 years or following our website for 10 years, we've had tens of millions of people in and out of our website. Tens of millions of visitors in our website. Then last year we created the course because as many people we had coming in and out saying, oh, there's some good, thank you for the information. How many messages in my contact form do I get about that? But where do I start? There's always that, but there's always a question like after that, where do I start? What about this symptom or that? And that's why we created the course. We actually had a lot of these concepts for the course 5 years ago. Some of the things in the course that I didn't put in the website because I knew it was either going to be in a new book or in the course. But I want it to be interactive, and that's why we created the course. I want it to be something you do with a group of people so you can be empowered and accountable and all that. So that's what it's about. If you're struggling with metabolism issues, those of us women over 50 want to be better at fat burning, right? We want to be able to follow a food plan. This isn't a diet. We talk right up in week 3, we go into dietary principles, movement protocols that are tailored to those of us with fibro and CFS, right? But we start out, there's a method to the madness. So from week 1 to week 8, there really is a method so that you can continue to stay empowered and say, oh, okay, when you get something, when it starts to make sense, this is truly the best thing you can do for fibro. There's a lot of things out there. There's a lot of false cures, quick fixes. Oh, take a boatload of supplements. That doesn't work. Take this or that. Take 5, 10 medications. That doesn't work. So I believe in our approach, and I'm glad you're here. Don't be the status quo, because there is a better way. Get on our email list, or if you want, you can go to our wait list, or get on both if you want. And we will talk again very soon.